Hey, Craig here, Alverson Real Estate. The Block. Who watched it last night? I did, and I only ever watched one episode, and that is Auction Day, because I'm an auctioneer and I love watching auctions in progress, in action. It's just really good theatre, but some amazing results and bringing about some fantastic emotions as well, because emotion has such a bearing on any market. And I would have to say that the five contestants, we'll call them, all did fantastically well because of probably one reason, and that is we are in a seller's market. That is, buyers are using one particular emotion to, I suppose, drive their buying decisions forward. Now, any market has two, and I mean it, two emotions that'll run by, and that is fear and greed, or as we call it today, FOMO. This is what we're operating in today. The emotion of greed, that is fear of missing out. I don't want to miss this property. I love it. I think I'm using this, but I'm actually using this to make my decisions. And we saw that last night. So as for auctions, auctions work anywhere. It doesn't have to just be a $4 million, beautifully done home in the centre of Melbourne like we saw last night. It can be any type of home. It can be a knockdown. It can be a lovely family home. It can be a home with some history. Any property is an auctionable property. Now, across Australia at the moment, 3 out of 4 properties are going under the hammer. That's a 75% clearance rate. They're fantastic numbers. So for every 4 that are auctioned, 3 are going under the hammer. And with an auction process, you can sell before auction if there's just a brilliant offer that you believe is the one to take. You can go under the hammer, or just shortly after, if it's passed in, you negotiate with the highest bidder and do a great deal. But the main thing is, for auction, it's about taking control of time. That's time on the market. See, with a buy negotiation sale, where you put a price and basically wait for the right buyer to emerge, that's a good way of selling a home. Whereas auction is buy negotiation with an end date. An end date. So that means you know around about when you're going to sell. Like these people did last night. They would have had a 4 or 5 week marketing campaign, agents talking to buyers, getting feedback on what it's like to sell for, feedback on what they like about the property, and using that as a strategy to set up the auction day, setting a reserve, all that sort of thing. It's just a plan. And if you've got the right person putting that plan together, you can't miss. That's my dog screaming at the phone. He lets us know when it's ringing. Good man. Anyway, auctions, what a great way to think about it. Selling. Buy negotiation or auction. The choice is always yours. And to have options in this type of hot market, it's a good thing to have. So, why do I know we're in a hot market? Now I'll just get rid of a little bit of this. Why do I know we're in a hot market? Because here's our 14-year up cycle. We're about here. There's still about 6 years of growth left. Market will remain relatively strong. That's prices will remain resilient. Buyers will remain in the game, especially while the interest rates are so low. They'll be low for a fair while to come. So money's cheap. Buyers are working on emotion. That's really driving this market. So auctions, I suppose one of the big worries around auctions is how much they cost. And they don't cost really any more than selling by negotiation. It's the only extra might be for the auctioneer on the day, his fee to perform the ceremony and to do a professional job. They cost no more. So it's a myth. If anyone says, oh, auctions cost a lot, no, they don't. That's a myth to think that. But the one thing they do is they draw, we might just have to get rid of this. Auctions draw buyers into the light and get them competing to drive your price up. That's an arrow, that's up. Buyers competing, not dragging, but pushing your price up. They're competing against each other rather than just against you. So it's another form of control you have with the auction process. So just in summarising, fantastic results on the block. This market will, and the block results are really a testament to what this market's doing Australia-wide. Fear or greed, we're in the greed phase, that's fear of missing out. 75% at the moment, could go higher. Clearance rates on auctions, buyers competing, forcing prices up. It's just something to think about. So, if you're thinking about selling, whether you're dead set on by negotiation, that is, I want to just put a price on it and draw buyers, that's great. If you're curious about auction, that's great too. You have options. So give me a call. Whatever those options are that you want to pursue, I'm sure I can help you make the right decision. So, as we like to do in auction land, going once, going twice, third and final time, sold.